campus clean, on our way to the nearest 9 or 18 along dogleg roads through this countryside. We're taking our shot at the longest drive.
Check these out. Can you show me, please? Look at this, guys. Our own, can you show us before you eat it? Our own peanut butter balls. Yum. Hello everyone, and welcome to our episode on our trip to Port Fairy and Warrnambool.
Oh, you could spend weeks and weeks and weeks just investigating all around that area.
The coastline there is magnificent. There's different areas that you can go along the beach. The eastern beach is, I think it's about 5.5 kilometres. You can take long walks. Lighthouse there was Pea Soup Beach, and I've forgotten the other names of
just lots of many different little
lovely
coves and little bays that you can within from Port Fairy. You can easily walk there, short drive or bicycle ride.
People were even surfing, weren't they?
People were surfing in some of the breaks there, and in other areas it was very sheltered, so you could swim there without any trouble. Lots of walks around the beach, the various beaches, which was lovely.
Lovely. We stayed at a caravan park called Gardens Caravan Park, Port Fairy. It's a large caravan park and it has an oval in the middle of it. So they have the football there if you're interested in wanting to watch local football there. We probably wouldn't stay there again only because we found it quite busy, and there was another caravan park called Southcombe Caravan Park, Southcombe, and that was closer to the beach as well. On our drives we took another trip and found another caravan park that was sort of right on the beach. Yambuck, that's right, I couldn't remember the name.
That's a little drive from Port Fairy on the way to Portland, but it's only perhaps 15 minutes drive from Port Fairy heading towards Portland. And we were just driving, actually going to Portland, and saw this little turn off, and as we do, we just ducked in there and had a look, and what a great little spot, Yambuck.
And it's got a really cool, if you had kids, a really cool slide that's quite high up and just goes down, and they get cardboard bits and they just sit on these cardboard bits and ride on down this large slide. Great for kids. Not so much for you or I. I think we get stuck in it. Actually.
Wedged, probably. I'd get wedged and you'd take off the edge and land in the water.
Anyway, good fun. We took a trip to Portland as well. It's only about an hour or so from Port Fairy. Lovely there. Lots of places to eat and cafes. In particular, the one that we found was really nice. It was just in a little, I've forgotten what you call that. What do you call that? Help. Help. Please, help.
The laneway.
It was called the Farmer's Wife Cafe, I think.
But there's a number of cafes in the Port Fairy area. We didn't obviously go to all of them, and I'm sure that the others are just as nice. This one just had a nice feel to it. It was tucked away a little bit. The coffee was nice enough, wasn't it?
It was. And there was another place to go to that we didn't get to, a cafe restaurant, where we were told that the lady that runs this, her and I believe it's her husband, she used to work for the royal family. She made desserts for the royal family.
Is it the Port Fairy royal family? Or?
No.
Oh, the royal family.
Yes.
Like the Queen.
Yes. Yes.
And
in England.
Oh, those ones.
Yes.
Okay.
The name of the place is called Gregory's. We've been told that that's supposed to be really good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
really?
So if you're in Port Fairy, Gregory's would be the place to go, we've been told. Okay, on to golf.
Golf.
We got to play at Port Fairy,
golf.
which is a links course. We've been told it's the 15th, I think it's rated the 15th best course in Victoria.
I think she might have made that up or guessed. Regardless of that, it's a fantastic course, and the views from the various tees are phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
It was great, really good.
And
lots of
bunkers. The great thing was it was really open, so I could slice away, and as long as I wasn't slicing into the ocean side, I could find the ball and still recover, couldn't I?
Yes. A little story that came from that. I left my sunglasses back at the caravan, so I drove just 2 minutes to get my glasses. During that time, Matt decided to have a little putt and a chip while he was waiting for me. While he was there, he didn't bother looking at the signs, and there was a sign there.
In my defence, the sign that dictated what you can and can't do on this particular putting green was sort of hidden by some plants in the garden. So I didn't see. I walked straight past it, and I'm chipping away. Just chipped a couple of balls up onto the putting green, and this fellow walked up to me, picked this sign out of the garden, turned it around, and very demonstratively placed it where I could see it, and it said, "Please do not do any chipping on the putting green." I was very apologetic. I was the only person there. Yeah, I started chatting to this guy, and he was a lovely guy. He looked like a bikie, but big long beard and lovely smile, lovely to chat to. Just got talking about this and that and nothing until Leanne turned back up, and then we went off and played golf.
In the afternoon after golf, we decided to go down to the beach. We were walking up from the beach area and saw this gentleman, and I said hi, because I recognised him. I thought it was him anyway, and it was Greg, the guy that Matt had been talking to at golf this morning. And then later in the day, I happened to go to the bottle shop for a bottle of red wine, and ran into them again, this time with his wife. And he got out of the car and he said, "I can't believe I've run into you again. I was just telling my wife," and she yelled out, "He was just telling me about you." Then, out of the blue, talking to his wife, just standing there near their car, and they said, "Do you want some thongs?" Really odd question. They used to sell thongs called slappers in Darwin.
I think they were
Anyway.
trying to, they had some stock left, and very kind of them to offer them to us. And
It was lovely.
they dropped some around and came around for a quick drink and a chat, and just nice to meet different people, wasn't it?
It was lovely. So we just wanted to have a shout out to say thank you to Sandy and Greg for the thongs, and lovely to meet you guys. And if ever you come back through Warrnambool come 2024, you know you're welcome.
And then we played
Warrnambool
Golf Club.
What a course there too.
That's
Beautiful
Mark-
and green,
Mark
undulating.
Leishman's original home club. I think it's a new clubhouse for which they got a government grant, and that will really take advantage of the great view you've got from that high point on the course.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Great course. If
We
ever
don't-
you're down
we-
that way, play at Warrnambool, play at Port Fairy for sure. They were both beautiful, beautiful courses.
Just we don't advocate Live or the PGA. We're not sponsored by either of those, but if you'd like to, feel free.
If ever you're down Port Fairy, Warrnambool way, to definitely play those golf courses. If you haven't been down that way,
Make
make
a
yourself a trip down, because
It's not far from Melbourne. It's not
just beautiful. So we've been pleasantly surprised by the coastline that we're seeing, and the country towns we're seeing along the way. It's just been great. The next few weeks we're travelling back to Warrnambool,
Warrnambool
hometown.
in autumn and winter should be beautiful.
We're back there for our daughter's wedding in April. We're going to be back here for a little bit, and we'll do a little showcase of Warrnambool, our club that we play at, Warrnambool Country Club, and
lovely.
just of the area of Warrnambool as well.
Mhm.
And just to fill in another week, we'll do just some of the funny things that we've been doing, or maybe show you our van and what we've learnt along the way.
What's
So-
broke? What
Things-
we've broke. Anyhow,
Yeah.
that'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But until then, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Do all that stuff. Subscribe, whatever she says.
If you've got any questions, put it in the comments and we will answer.
She'll answer.
Yeah. So we'll look forward to talking to you again. Take care, guys.
Okay, bye.
See you later. We forgot to mention that Port Fairy has an annual music folk festival there every year around about March as well. There's a photo up of that. Really, really good.